Studio, the Honey Badger
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Honey Badger Hour. Yo, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Honey Badger Hour podcast. It's your boy, the Badger, and we are back. Thank you guys for tuning in. And don't forget to like and subscribe on the little notification bell below to keep you up to date whenever we have new podcasts, episodes, breakdowns, and reaction videos. What's going on, y'all? PFL just finished. Usman Nurmagomedov remains the PFL/Bellator champion, defeating Paul Hughes in a razor close decision. Okay, guys, some people thought Paul Hughes won. There's a lot of talk on the internet right now. It is a tough time to be a cousin of the Nurmagomedovs. Okay, guys. Usman, he gets a lot of the hype. He gets a lot of the hustle bustle, a lot of the talk, a lot of the pressure of being a Nurmagomedov. Okay, being the youngest cousin of Khabib Nurmagomedov. He had the all-star corner in his side. Imagine fighting and looking across and seeing Khabib, Javier Mendez, and Islam Makhachev in your opponent's corner. So Usman came out heavy. All right, guys. Nasty switch kick. Very good striking. Close fight. Paul Hughes did a good job defending takedowns and working the body. Okay, he was working a lot of knees. All right, that I felt like working the body. He really got Usman tired, man. So I don't know if, Usman and Umar, guys, to give you this, they legit both got tired, man. So I don't know if in their training camp they've been overtrained or if it's just levels, man, you got like the Islam Khabib, and they're like a little bit older, and then you can just tell like the next generation is not going to be as strong or not as good, or, Cousins is not the same as being cut from the same cloth, I guess, or whatnot. They are a little bit different, a lot different in body stature as well. I feel like Usman just isn't as physically imposing as Islam is, and he's also like a lot leaner, so maybe that's why he's drawn to that striking form of body. But those Umar and Usman do strike very similar. They have very good switch kicks, switching from both sides. But I wonder if that style that they have is hard for, the thing is, I think that, I'm wondering if Usman and Umar both gassed themselves out going for takedowns in their last two fights, because Usman had a lot of failed takedowns against Paul Hughes, and I'm wondering if that got him a little bit tired, because the same thing as Umar, they were running away with the striking exchanges in the beginning of the fight. Both guys in the first and second rounds were striking on the outside, boom, bam, bam, looking tight, looking sharp. And then they both started to fade a little bit. However, Paul Hughes did a great job working the body, okay? Working that Ireland boxing. Boom, bam, bam. Coming up top. Boom. So Paul Hughes, super, super game opponent. All right, guys. I'd like to see what's next for him. This guy is no joke. But how do you guys think? Do you guys think Usman did enough to win? I think he won the decision, but he was gassing for air, man. He was very tired. He had a couple sloppy takedown attempts. I want to say the round that Paul Hughes for sure won was 3 or 4, but one of those rounds was very decisive for Paul Hughes, okay? Where Usman was just a very little bit winded. So I don't know, guys. I'm wanting to think if these guys getting trained by Khabib, if Khabib is going a little bit too hard on them and they're getting a little bit overtrained in training camp and they're not maybe performing at their best, or if just that style that they fight, because from my expert analysis, and having a lot of fights in the game and kind of knowing how to win and understanding how the body works, I could see how Usman was getting a little bit fatigued in some exchanges, because a lot of the takedowns, he got a lot of really good takedowns, but the problem is a lot of those takedowns were very labored, meaning he was 3 or 4 attempts, and then when he got on top, he wasn't able to do much with the takedowns. I know he got one takedown, just ended up in his close guard, and then Paul Hughes ends up getting back up to his feet anyway. So in over a 5-round fight, you kind of want to let those things naturally happen, right? Takedowns are the best when you get them with good timing, you're able to get on top when the moment is right. But I feel like the one thing that might have got Usman a little bit winded in that fight, besides number one, was Paul Hughes' pressure and body shots, and he never stopped moving forward. Both guys were going a lot forward, and Usman was a lot more aggressive this fight. So I give that to Usman. He was a lot more aggressive. He was pushing forward. Nice switch kick knees. He was trying to get the Muay Thai elbow, but man, he got cracked with some really, really good shots. Okay, he was going for that. He was punching the thigh of Hughes, doing whatever he can to get him going. But I tell you, man, the last few guys, I mean, the both Nurmagomedovs have fought two cardio machines. Paul Hughes was a real big cardio fighter, and Merab also really big, great cardio in 4 and 5 rounds fights. So very impressive stuff. But Usman Nurmagomedov gets it done, carries the legacy. Father's plan is going as the plan goes. Okay. Umar had a little stumble, but that's only going to make him greater and better. So imagine if that little stumble for Umar, catapults him. Now he's going to have the 5-round experience. If I was Umar, I don't think I get a title shot right away. I think I do a rematch. Or I'm sorry, not a rematch. I think if I was Umar, I would try and do a 5-round main event against a good guy, like maybe like a Yan Sedong now makes sense. I don't know, is Yan Sedong? I forgot, guys. He's booked, right, for somebody? That's right, but I don't know. Who do you guys think is next for? Umar Sean O'Malley. But I'll tell you what, an Umar Sean O'Malley fight favors Sean O'Malley now with the cardio. Well, they both kind of fade a little bit, but Sean O'Malley has had a little bit more 5-round fights now. But that would be like very similar to the Corey Sandhagen fight. You know what I'm saying? So what's next for Umar? We'll see. But what's next for Usman, guys? Do you think Usman Nurmagomedov can hang in the UFC top 5 right now? The only reason why I put a lot of prize and a lot of stock in Usman, and he's as good as they do say he is, and I don't think he's all hype. Like, a lot of people are saying Usman is all hype. Do you guys think Usman is all hype? Do you think this guy can hang in the top 10, top 15 of the UFC? I think it would be harder for him in the top 20 to 10 than in the top 10, because the top 10 of the lightweight division is a little bit older right now, right? But, guys, how do you think Usman would fare against Renato Moicano? You think he would light him up and maybe get a good knockout? Or like against a Arman Sarukian or against a Rafael Fiziev? That's a great fight. That's a fight I would love to see. So Usman is a young guy. I think he's only 26 years old, maybe 27 the most. So even if he fights in the Bellator Championship for 3 more years, he can go to the UFC when he's still very young, only 29 years old, okay? And he has that good distance. I want to say Islam is 32, okay? And Usman is 26. So it's the perfect distance apart where Islam can move to 170. This is crazy, guys. They are really going to have a lockdown. Now, after Usman, I don't see nobody after, but they're really going to have a lockdown on the lightweight division, guys. We're going to go Khabib. This lightweight division could potentially go Khabib Nurmagomedov, Islam Makhachev, and then Islam can pass it right back to a Nurmagomedov into Usman. Because, guys, Usman's only 26 years old. He had a great fight. He's going to get big experience from that fight. He's going to gain a wealth of knowledge, okay? And that's only going to make him better. So, man, Usman's the real deal, guys. Close fight. He might have lost. He might have won. I definitely think he did enough at the end. He won with some takedowns. But strike for strike, the fight was very close. And he, like his brother, also got a little bit winded. Now, Islam also got winded in the Poirier fight. So, guys, what is going on with our boys? Listen, man, the Dagestan fighters are doing good. They are smashing everybody, but they might have some cardio deficiencies, okay? I think the key to beat these guys is you got to beat them in their own game. You got to put the pressure on them, you know? If you can walk these guys down and take them down and put them on their back, that might be the key to your success. Okay, look at Ala Merab was able to expose Usman, putting him on his back, putting the pressure on him, all right? I'm sorry, Umar. Merab was able to push Umar against the fence, put the pressure on him, back him up, okay? A fight that he wasn't used to. He got a little bit winded. When Volk fought Makhachev the first time, Volk was able to put Makhachev against the fence, get him tired, make him work, put the pressure on him. Okay, guys? So the blueprint to beat these guys is slowly unfolding, you know? You just got to pay attention, and you got to do your math, and you got to be really well-conditioned, you know? You can't let these guys bully you. Another one who did really good, Paul Hughes, did a really good job. Worked the body, okay? Did a good job working the body, constantly investing in the body shots in the first couple rounds in the Usman fight. And then Usman started breathing really heavy in the 4th and 5th round. So I think Usman in the 5th round eked out the decision with the takedowns. A little bit more versatile. He was never on his back. But Paul Hughes hit him with some really clean shots that was able to even up the score. So a great main event. Maybe the best fight outside of the UFC that we've seen in a long time. I'm not going to say the best Bellator fight ever because we've seen some amazing fights in Bellator. We've seen some real bangers. So, I mean, a la Ben Henderson, Michael Chandler. There's been so many like Douglas Lima. There's been a lot of amazing fights in Bellator. So I'm not going to say that it was the greatest fight of all time, but a super high level fight. And what do you guys think? Do you think Usman is the real deal? Do you think he has what it takes to compete in the UFC and win a UFC world title one day? Or do you think he's all hype and then he got tired and he lost that fight? Some people think he lost that fight. So big up to Paul Hughes. I'm looking forward to seeing what's next with you, my brother. And big ups to Usman Nurmagomedov. Father's plan continues. We'll see what's next with Umar. But other than that, the train keeps on rolling, boys. It was not easy, but nobody said it was going to be, right? So, and Khabib went viral after his post-fight speech, talking about how we need to respect they need to respect Ireland, because Ireland is sticking up for Gaza, and Ireland is sticking up for Palestine, and that they're protecting their brothers in Palestine. So that was a very strong, powerful message. All right, it was very inspiring to see Khabib talk about that. Something that I'm thinking about, like, do I want to get into the political views and things like this? But I know in the Bible and in a lot of different books, like in the Quran and a lot of holy books, it says that the people who one of the biggest courage things in life is to speak out against atrocities, even though it doesn't benefit you, right? So there's some sad things going on right now. There's a genocide going on right now. There's people being murdered. You know what I'm saying? There's kids are dying every day, and I don't feel like it gets the hype that needs to be talked about, and I don't feel like it has the eyes that it deserves. And there's some weird agenda going on where you can be criticized for speaking up against, basically children getting murdered, which is absolutely flabbergasting. So, again, guys, big up Habib. Big up to the boys. Great win for Umar. A very high level fight, very close fight, but he's young, so it's exciting to see this story play out. Anyways, guys, have a great weekend. All right, appreciate the love and support always. All right, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. All right, if you guys like this video, I have a lot of great podcasts from before you can check out. I have interviews with Alex Volkanovski. Okay, I have interviews with Israel Adesanya, Dan Hooker, some of the 3 top ones, and a lot of other great fighters from back in the day. So check out the archive. I got a lot of good stuff there if you guys made it this far. All right, love you all. All right, and man, train hard, guys. Always do your best and let God do the rest. We are out. Take care. Have a great one.